fishing. People, when you're in the mood, let's go fishing. Well, it's just me and you. Head on down to the fishing hole. Grab your hat, get your pole. Let's go fishing when you're in the mood.
Canadian Sport Fishing, brought to you in part by Ford Trucks, built Ford tough. Lucky Strike, producers of quality fishing tackle and landing nets since 1929. Rapala, premium fishing gear crafted from experience. Canadian Power and Sail Squadrons, volunteers teaching safe boating.
Let's go fishing whenever you're in the mood. Let's go fishing. Baby, it's just me and you. Head on down to the fishing hole. You wanna grab your hat, man, and get your pole. Let's go fishing when you're in the mood.
Usually when you have a low front coming in or low pressure, the fishing gets pretty good. And we're here at Igloo Lake in Labrador, and I'm with my beautiful wife, Barb, and we're enjoying some evening fishing. And I'm hoping that we won't get soaked, because you can definitely see that there are really dark clouds behind us, but wait till you get a load of some of the brook trout that are here. Barb, did you see all of the lakes when we were flying in?
Yes.
Wasn't it beautiful?
Mostly.
Now, why don't you wet the cradle, Barb?
Okay.
Get it wet so that the mesh is nice and soft, so it won't hurt the fish. Okay, so I'm going to lead him head first right into this cradle. Now, we've used the cradle for years for bigger fish. Can you get him inside? Now close it, put the two things together and keep him in the water, Barb.
Okay.
Now,
Oh, he's beautiful.
this is where we're going to do a little bit of teamwork. I've got my hemostats pinned here. Your knees are okay, honey? The bottom
My
of the
knees
boat?
are fine, yep.
Okay, so if you can just swing that over here, keep it in the water,
Okay.
and see if I can grab it here. I'm going to gently just bow the front down so we can get a look at it. Look at how brilliant this brook trout is.
Oh, isn't it beautiful?
I think it's going to swim right out of my hands because we've hardly handled it. So I'm going to ease it out a little bit. Now, Barb, remember that I said it might rain here? Look at this. You can see this front moving in.
Oh, it is. It's like a mist.
Yeah,
Oh,
but you know that
so
the fishing's
quick.
usually good, right, when it rains?
Yes.
There's one little detail.
You might get wet?
No, we don't have our rain suits.
Uh-oh.
So
That's a
how wet do you
major-
want to get? Now, this particular fly is a really popular one here in Labrador. It's called a bomber, and this particular one's made out of deer hair. You can see it has some hackle. It works great for salmon and for trout. And you cast it out and you fish it on the surface. And here in the lakes in Labrador, especially at Igloo Lake, it's a very good fly to use for larger brook trout. Now, Barb, we're using the same thing. Is that
We
water?
are.
Is that water?
I think it's wet,
I
believe
think
it or
so
not.
too. Okay, we'll fish a little bit longer and we'll see what happens. Okay, Barb?
Okay.
Here, and I'll
Let's
put
go
that
fishing.
big trout cradle over here. And let's get our rods back up and running.
Okay.
And we can start casting.
All right.
You know, when you're fishing here in Labrador, this is the home of the eastern brook trout. Barb, we've got something very interesting here. This brookie that I've got on went around the anchor rope and he's off, which is a good thing.
Well, that's good.
All of these lakes, like Igloo Lake, have water that either comes in or goes out, and they're part of larger river system. For example, here, the Eagle River is really important. And if you read magazines, you'll know that some of the biggest brook trout in Canada can be caught here, like 4 to 7 pounds. Oh, Barb, can you see how beautiful the colors of this brook trout are?
Oh, he's orange.
Orange on the sides, and hopefully if we get this one in our little cradle, you'll see that they have blue hues and like a red spot or orange spot right in the middle of the blue hue. And they've got a very square tail. They don't have a big V.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of people call them square-tailed trout. But one of the parts that I like on them is their fins. You'll see they have like a really bright white line on their fins. So if you can get the cradle out, Barb,
yeah,
and get it
okay.
wet.
Okay.
And this guy's fought out. And I'm going to get him in head first.
Head
if you can
first?
spread the cradle, yeah, get him in. Now shut the cradle. Man, you do that like a pro.
Thank
now
you.
just keep it closed.
Okay.
And see if you can turn the cradle around so the head is this way.
Okay.
And I'll get my,
Ooh.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now I think this brook trout, if you just pass this back, Barb, you did
Okay,
great.
thank
I
you.
think this brook trout is going to be about, I'm trying to get a length on it. You know what, about 20 inches.
Wow.
Because this is a 24-inch cradle that we've got here. And I'm going to try keeping it in the cradle so you can see the side of this fish. Now there's a streamer, single barbless hook. I'm just going to put that in the boat. Barb, look at how beautiful these trout are. You know, this cradle is perfect. Look at this. It fits just right. That fish is calm. We haven't even handled it.
No.
So I just want to show the viewers what I may do is just hold my hand on the tail. This part of the tail, Barb, is called the caudal peduncle, right here where I'm pointing.
Oh, yes.
It's where the body joins the tail. Actually, I'm going to show you the square tail. When I say square tail, you know how fish have a V?
Oh, yes.
See how it's just straight here?
Yes.
There isn't a V, you know, like you see with other fish?
Right.
So that is a nice brook trout. So I'm just
he's
going to
beautiful.
hold him for the first time by the tail.
Yes.
And he's probably going to take, look at, see the bright fins? I'm going to use the cradle. Look at the bright white on the fin.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Gorgeous 20-inch brook trout.
I
And
love the
just-
brown color. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone, Barb.
If you love to catch trout, you can travel to Igloo Lake Lodge on the Eagle River watershed, where you can cast a nymph or dry fly in the many brooks and catch a speckled trout at almost every cast. If you're looking for trophy brook trout, you may want to explore Igloo Lake and troll large streamers, or wade some of the rocky points and shorelines casting to feeding brookies between 3 to 5 pounds. At the end of the fishing day, you can take it easy and enjoy a hearty home-cooked meal at the lodge, and then exchange fish stories in the lounge beside a warm wood stove.
It's a beautiful brook trout.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, look.
Good. Oh, it's so big.
Yeah.
Look at it.
So if it wants to go, just let a little bit of line out.
It's
It's got a lot of energy, Barb.
Oh, it's got, I think I'm going to try and put more line up. Can I?
I think you're fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just, we got to wait till it's done fighting. It's got lots of energy.
Lots of energy.
Yeah.
Well, it's getting closer to you.
Yeah. So if you troll just off the shorelines, like we've been doing here, you've got a good chance of hooking into some of these real trophy brook trout.
Can I let some more line out?
Well,
Oh,
that's
you
fine.
got him right in the cradle.
Yeah, right in there. This cradle's ideal because you saw it's very easy to keep it open with one hand, even if you were fighting the fish with the other hand. And now I'm going to just gently open it so you can have a look at the fish. I don't really want him to jump out.
Oh, he's really wide.
Yeah.
Look how wide he is. He's
Yeah.
very,
Now this one is a real nice female, Barb. You know how you can tell a female brook trout from a male?
no.
The females have a smaller head. See how
Okay.
small the head is in
Yeah.
proportion to the body?
Yeah.
And they're nice and big, really wide body.
Lots of eggs?
I think they have some eggs.
Yeah.
Brook trout spawn in the fall, probably sometime in September or October.
Okay.
And when they get closer to spawning, their colors become really dark. So this particular fish is nowhere near spawning. I think it's just very healthy because it's been eating on a lot of insects. There. And I'm going to drop that fly. I'm going to let you hold that, Barb, instead of dropping it.
Okay.
Have you got it? Good. And let me just hold this little brookie out for you. Now that fish is, again, about 23 inches. All of the brook trout here
Really?
at Igloo Lake are very nice size. I'll put the cradle there.
Oh, he's so, she is
Look
a
at that.
good
Do you
looking
want to kiss
fish.
it goodbye, Barb?
Okay.
Little kiss.
All
Say
right.
bye-bye, little trout.
Oh,
Beautiful brook trout.
isn't that beautiful?
So thick. And I'm just going to release it gently.
Oh, she's going.
And there it goes.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Actually, it's kind of ironic because I was fishing for two days out at for a derby, getting ready pre-fishing, and then fishing a derby, and didn't do too good on the perch, and I went to another lake, and then bingo bango, looking for the whitefish and just kind of relaxing, and lo and behold, something comes up that you don't expect to fish for. So I got into this perch here.
You know, it doesn't matter what part of Canada you live in the very near future, if you want to operate a motorized water vehicle or even a pleasure craft, you'll need to be certified. Now, to get certified and to get an operator card, the best thing to do is to go to our www.canadian-sportfishing.com website, or you can go to the Canadian Power and Sail Squadron website, and you can study online, or you can actually book a test in a classroom near you. Now, to pass this efficiency test, there's going to be a variety of questions that you'll need to answer. For example, one of them is, if this was true or false. In Canada, you cannot drink alcohol on a boat or even have an open alcoholic beverage unless you have sleeping quarters, a kitchen facility, and also a marine toilet. So that's very important. So if you fish, or whether you're just a pleasure boater, you're not allowed to have an open alcoholic beverage. If you'd like to get more information, just go to either site and you'll find out where you can get the actual listings to write the test. Is this a nice path or what, Barb?
It's great.
Even yesterday we went into the other lake.
Yeah,
So gorgeous to walk.
it is.
You know, here at Igloo Lake Lodge, there's so many paths that take you, whether it's fishing the stream that's near the lodge, or when you go by boat across the lake, and then you can follow the paths to other lakes that have boats. It's so beautiful. You can see the greenery here. And what amazes me, Barb, every time I walk in Labrador, especially when you walk off the path, you can see this floor is like a cushion. If I put my weight on it here, as soon as you get off the path, whether it's the left side or the right side, this is like a cushion. And this is the stuff, I remember when I was a young boy, I used to buy dew worms to go fishing, Barb.
Oh,
like
yeah.
even at Port Perry in southern Ontario.
Yeah.
This is the stuff that they'd have in the actual worm container to keep the worms nice and moist.
Is that right?
Because this type of fern that's growing and moss all along the floor, it's because of the moisture. So underneath here, this is really moist. So if you were, just try sitting on it, Barb. It's amazing.
Well, you know
It
what?
is like a cushion.
It feels like a carpet,
Isn't
a
this neat?
soft carpet,
No, it's-
padded carpet.
So lush in here, and you
Yeah.
look at all the young trees and these small trees that have the young growth. It's beautiful. Now that spring is only up, I bet you it's only about 30 or 40 yards. How about we have a nice refreshing drink?
That would be nice.
I will serve you. I love the sound of the stream here at Barb.
It is really relaxing.
You could call that a babbling brook. I'm just going to put the rods here without getting them caught into the trees, somewhere out of the way.
I would
Yeah.
call it a trout brook.
Yes.
That's what I would call it.
Yes. And what's in the trout brook?
Lots of trout.
Brook trout.
Ah, new
Now-
brook trout.
You can see here what they've done. We're only about maybe a few hundred yards down from Igloo Lake Lodge. And this is really nice. You can't miss this little spring here. What they've done, they've boxed the spring in so that people would know it's here and so that debris wouldn't go in. And then they have plastic cups. And all I got to do is just take some of the needles that have fallen in off the surface. I'll tell you, this is a nice break. Barb, there's a nice cup of fresh spring water.
Spring water.
The same water
Oh, yummy,
that the
yummy. Fresh.
brookies drink. And you know what? To go with this water,
Yes.
I have some survival food.
Survival food.
Survival food, yeah.
You think of everything.
Well, I don't know about everything, but you know, when the fishing gets tough, a lot of people take chocolate bars and stuff with them when they're on hiking trips and stuff. One of my favorite, and even a TV cruise, is beef jerky. Can you smell it? Because I've got the pack open. Now this
smells yummy.
particular beef jerky is made by Northern Lights, and you can see that they've got a couple of flavors. One is called hickory smoked, and one is the original one. And I'm just going to flip these over, because we've been munching on them already. Barb, which is your favorite? These spicy chunks?
Yeah, the spicy ones.
Okay, let me grab a couple here. You know what? Here, help yourself. And I'm going to
Okay.
have these. This is high protein, very good for you. And I mean, you can have chocolate bars and stuff, but I really enjoy the jerky. And it won't spoil. Jerky and spring water. And then for dessert, brookie a la dry fly. Hopefully, maybe streamer. Good jerky, eh?
Awesome.
You know, one of the nice things about fishing here in Labrador is that you've got so many options. For example, right now, we just stepped ashore fishing in Igloo Lake, and I've got Barb fishing beside me in the water because we saw some fish that were rolling around these rocks. So as soon as we pulled the boats up and he started casting into them, they disappeared. But now we've been patient and casting again, and I just have one on. And this one looks like it's about 2 to 4 pounds. And you know what, Barb?
What?
One just rolled to the right of you. You can see the wake still out there. The nice thing about fishing here in Labrador, you can troll for the fish if you like to just relax, or you can find a nice brook and walk down it and look for fish, or you can experiment with a little fly rod like this one. You know, a lot of guys would think that this is not a lake rod, and they're probably right. It's a 3-weight, it's an All-American Diamondback with a little light action STH reel, and it's great. And I think I've got about a 3-pound brook trout on there. You can hear that reel just screeching. What a nice sound. Now you can appreciate how beautiful the fish are here and how much food they have, because all of the lakes here are literally expansions of river systems, like the Eagle River, for example, in this part of Labrador. And it's just a mixture of shallow water, rapids, silt, and mud bottom, which is the perfect environment for a lot of insects like mayflies and caddises and stoneflies. And that's one of the reasons why these brook trout grow so big. And even though there are pike here, really they're not a problem. The brookie's probably the main predator when it comes to that forage base of insects. Now look at how clear this water is. I'm just trying to very gently swing this brook trout around. And you know what? As soon as it senses those rocks, it doesn't want to come in. For those of you that have dreamed of catching trophy brook trout on a fly, Labrador is the place to do it. And right here at Igloo Lake, man, there's so many big fish. You know what? If you want to break, you can go north for about an hour and 45 minutes to the Flowers River, where Barb and I were earlier in the week, and you can fish for Atlantic salmon, Arctic char, and there are brook trout there as well, but not as many big ones like here. Now you can see that streamer, it is right in the snout. As soon as that fish turned on it, and I felt some tension, I set the hooks. I'm going to be really gentle. Is this a slab brookie? You know that fish is going to go at least 4 pounds. Look at how beautiful that brook trout is. And you can see that streamer just slightly hooked in the tip of the mouth. What a gorgeous fish. That fish, I'm trying to get an idea here on the length. From the back of my rod, it's to the first guide. I bet you it's a good 23, 24 inches. Is that a nice sight? I'm just going to see here if I can give you one of these postcard smiles. There, to all my friends back in Ontario. Look, I got a trophy brook trout right here at Igloo Lake Lodge. Barb,
Yes.
it's a big brookie. Look at it.
Oh,
Nice
he's
female.
beautiful.
Wow, what a beautiful fish. I'm just going to pop that fly out. Look at that. Barbless, hooked just in the tip of the snout. And I'm going to lay that fly there so you can appreciate how good it looks. Right on the fish here. See that little fly? Kind of sparse, a little bit of silver, a little bit of deer hair. And that's all you really need to get these fish to hit. Kind of looks like an insect, maybe a minnow. When they're aggressively feeding, they'll just snap up something like that. Beautiful brookie. I'm going to extend it out, and it's going to swim off. Wow, what an adventure.
Okay, well, I was fishing with my dad and brother Justin, and we were just going for rock bass, and along came this sunfish. We were just using a small grub, just bouncing it off bottom, about 6 feet of water. Just came up and grabbed it. Me and my dad go fishing all the time, and we just like fishing together, and Father's Day was a good day for him and me because we had a lot of fish in the boat as well.
Oh boy, Barb.
Yes.
I'm going to try to walk my way towards you.
No, I'm going to walk towards you, honey.
Okay, well, just you go slow.
You just hold on to that fish, love.
I'm trying.
Okay, hold on to it.
Okay, just it's deeper here, Barb.
Okay.
Man, he's going around boulders.
Uh-oh.
Is this an adventure or what?
Yeah.
Now I'm taking it easy. See, this is from practice, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, if it gets off, it gets off.
Right.
So, probably another really nice brook trout.
Oh, excellent.
Now we've decided to stay on this rocky point, even though we haven't seen any fish rising, because we believe they're moving on and off, and I just lost one maybe 10 minutes ago. And then sure enough, I hit this one. So maybe after I get this one in, Barb, maybe we'll both fish over there.
Okay.
Now what a lot of people may not realize is that the eastern brook trout, or speckled trout as it's called, is really not a trout. It's part of the char family, and it's the same family as the lake trout, or the Arctic char, or the Dolly Varden char, or the bull trout out west. So in a way they're related because their colors can get very similar, especially when it comes time for spawning. You know, char turn really red, almost like brook trout, and even lake trout that Barb and I have caught in the Northwest Territories can have really bright red fins with white stripes. And that's because they're all part of the same family. Now Barb,
Yes.
I'm going to try to keep about that much line out of my rod. And
Okay.
when we get it close, if you just put the cradle half in the water, boy, it's hard to see the fish with this bottom, dark bottom.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to slide its head in. And he's not quite ready. I'm trying to keep a tight line,
Okay.
but not too tight.
Yeah.
And look at
He's,
this.
he's
That's a chunky fish.
Zesty one.
Yeah.
Pretty
Bet you that
zestful.
fish is almost 2 feet long, Barb, with
Oh,
this
man.
little 3-weight
He's
rod.
so beautiful.
Yeah. Big head.
Yeah.
Okay, so right in the cradle. Come on, baby. Good.
Oh,
look at
he's
that. It is, you know what I
huge.
said, 24 inches?
Oh, it
That
is
is the length of the
big.
cradle.
Oh, it's even
Now
bigger.
look at, there's the streamer,
Yeah.
just in the tip of the snout. Hopefully he won't splash out. And because they're barbless hooks, they just fall out. I'm going to put the streamer there, and then I'm going to tell the viewers all about it in a little bit. What a beautiful fish,
Oh, he's
Barb.
beautiful. Look
Yeah.
at him.
Isn't this nice, this cradle?
Yeah, it's perfect.
You know, I had this idea a little while ago because we've been using a large catch and release cradle to make a small one for trout. Or just keep it in the water, Barb, so that it stays nice and wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought of making a small one that fishermen can take in their vests, and it can collapse down. And for some reason, the fish really are nice and relaxed in it, which is wonderful.
He's very relaxed.
Yeah.
Oh, he's beautiful.
Okay, so I'm going to put the rod under my arm here. What a slab. That guy's 2 feet long.
He's beautiful.
Isn't that a gorgeous brook
Yeah.
trout? Look, I'm just going to get his tail out. There's that nice
Look
big
at that
square tail.
beautiful
Now look
tail.
at his tail is almost the size of my hand.
Wow.
And this, Barb, see all these markings? They almost look like worm markings.
Oh, they're beautiful.
They're called vermiculations. See all along here?
Yes.
And that marbling is very camouflaged. When a brook trout's swimming close to the bottom, other fish that they're trying to feed on or insects, you know, don't see that. But look at this combination of spots. If I hold a fish one way, you can see like pink and purple hues. Hold it another way, it's almost like a gold sheen. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's almost like that holographic paper. See, that sheen is almost gone now, but when I turn it this way, you see like bright pinks. Isn't that a gorgeous creature?
Isn't he beautiful?
You know what? I'm going to give this guy a kiss.
Okay.
Yeah, he fought well. If he doesn't fly out of my hands, come here, little Brookie. Mwah, you're so sweet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, is it okay if we release him, Barb?
Oh,
Would you want to
ready?
give him a kiss?
Okay.
Yeah, okay, just a little one, okay? Yeah, nice fishy.
Oh, he's so
Is
beautiful.
he thick?
Oh, look at how thick he is.
One big spot.
Look at his beautiful fins.
Nice looking.
Yeah.
Nice fish.
Nice one.
Beautiful. Big, bright white.
Oh, he's so golden.
Yeah, he's just calm. He's happy.
Yeah,
he knows he's going to
quite
be
happy.
released.
Oh, there he goes.
There he goes. Now this cradle is ideal. You know, you look at it and it almost looks small. When I showed this to a couple of people, they said, oh no, you know, a big trout, it's got to be deeper than that. But you don't really want to be too deep because then the fish flops around too much. So this is ideal. If you look at this thing, it's about 24 inches long and it's made out of a very lightweight plastic material, the same type of material that you find in the netting of the pool cleaners. You know, when you clean things out of your pool? And it's sewn together, there isn't any metal exposed, and it does collapse down. So we've been keeping this one in the boat.
Canadian Sport Fishing has been brought to you in part by Ford Trucks, built Ford tough. Lucky Strike, producers of quality fishing tackle and landing nets since 1929. Rapala, premium fishing gear, crafted from experience. Canadian Power and Sail Squadrons, volunteers teaching safe boating.